Hey guys, this is Spenser Remick. I'm going to take about 5 minutes for you guys to be forced to stare at me to give you a quick rundown of my 2014 goals as far as training and competition and how HMB is going to play a major factor in that. So, number one goal, the most immediate goal, would be a top 10 finish at the Arnold Amateur Strongman World Championships. So, last year I finished 13th. I was about 4 points away from the top 10 and making it onto the big time main stage on day 2. So it was definitely something that stung quite a bit because I felt like I was prepared and ready to go, and just came up a little bit short. So I've definitely been working on a lot of my weaknesses, working on a lot of mobility, things like that, the things that I feel like hindered me in the past. So that's going to be the number one goal. As far as another specific goal, I'm definitely planning on deadlifting 800 raw, so with a belt, if you want to get technical, during 2014. So it's kind of going to be a big milestone for me. My deadlift has been pretty much steadily improving over the past year. Fixed up, cleaned up some technique issues, and I think I'm going to be able to make that happen in the next 11 months. So one of the big contributors in me accomplishing these two goals is going to be staying injury-free. So a lot of people don't know that I actually tore my right pec at the end of December bench pressing. So definitely a humbling experience when something like that goes on and you can't train at full capacity for a while. But it's fully recovered. Wasn't a complete tear of the tendon or anything like that. So definitely a pretty severe injury. Kind of made me step back and look at my goals and what I'm doing, and definitely helped me refocus some of my priorities. But it was a tough road to get back to being fully recovered. But HMB definitely played a key role in that recovery, helping me not lose that mass and strength that I'd gained over the past year or so. So injury prevention is going to be a big focus of my training over the next year. And going along with that, kind of looking over my past competitions and training overall, I've taken more of a closer look at my body weight and kind of my body composition going into those competitions. So over the past year, I've competed roughly at a body weight of 305 to 310, and although it's not a super fat 305 or 310, I feel like I can be leaner, more mobile, and have some better endurance and GPP to go along with it. So I feel like if I can compete at 285 or 290 and keep the same strength, that I'll be more successful, especially later in the competition after the first couple events have worn you down, and you have a little bit more drive and a lot less negative energy going on because you're so exhausted. So getting down to that body weight is going to be a big help. And I'm actually down about 10 pounds over the last couple weeks. I'm trying to lose about 10 more going into the Arnold. And if I don't, it's not a big deal, but it's definitely going to be helpful. Because I've always been able to gain and lose weight pretty easily, which is kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time. So definitely going to be stricter with my diet moving forward. So kind of to transition with that, I got a couple training partners. I might give them a shout out at the end of the video if they watch the whole thing, but we'll see. But we kind of devised a plan to work on some targeted hypertrophy and decrease of body fat over the next 4 or 5 months. Some would call it bodybuilding. I don't think that's what it is. But we're going to definitely commit to this and try to lean out and put on some quality mass, which should definitely continue to carry over to strongman and powerlifting at a lighter body weight and a little bit more efficient movement. So that's something I'm pretty excited about. I've never really trained that way, but it's going to be an exciting experiment, as we're calling it. A good journey for all of us, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted. I guess as far as my personal goals, I don't write anything down because I feel like I've got enough going on up here that I don't necessarily need to be reminded of my goals every time I look at a piece of paper. So something that I've been doing for the last several years, hopefully I'm not giving away any personal information, but I make all of my internet, phone, passwords, something that relates to my goals. So I never forget what they are, and I'm always close to them. So every time I log into a computer, every time I unlock my cell phone, I'm reminded of what my goal is, and it just subconsciously sinks in. So it's definitely something that, it was one of those things that I adopted in college just to see, just to motivate myself. So it's carried on till now. Obviously they're always changing because the goals are always changing, but it's I guess if you're a severe type A personality when it comes to training, like I am and most serious strength athletes are, that's not a bad idea. So I'm definitely not telling you what to do if you like to write your goals down, but something that you're constantly reminded of what your goals are is definitely beneficial, or it has been for me anyway. So yeah, to finally talk about training partners, I'm lucky that two of my very good friends are highly qualified strength and conditioning coaches in the area that I live. So John Haugen is the head strength and conditioning coach at William Penn University. He's definitely changed the landscape of what they've got going on training wise. He inherited a good staff and a good scenario here, and he's definitely on the course of making it a better place for athletes to train, and I'm extremely lucky to be able to train there. Just have to do some random impromptu 5Ks, things like that, just to pay my gym dues to entertain everybody. So definitely a small price to pay to be able to train in a good environment like that. My other main training partner is Corey Gray. He's actually a strength and conditioning coach with Pella High School and works at Sterling Physical Therapy in Pella, Iowa. He's actually just moved back to the area. It's good to have him back because he's a great resource as far as training is concerned. John and Corey and I definitely bounce a lot of ideas off each other. If we come up with an idea that we think is stupid, we're not afraid to tell each other that. So it's definitely good to have good training partners around to hold you accountable to your goals, things of that nature. So that pretty much covers my goals for 2014. I appreciate you guys listening, and I'll keep you updated as things move forward. So thanks, guys.